All right, so back again for another Gotham look. I'm very excited for this one. Scarecrow is a very interesting villain to me. I mean, Harley and Poison Ivy are always my favorites, but I could say like Scarecrow's up there. I think he's very interesting in the fact that he uses like people's fears against them, and that's how he like always gets away and does evil. I think that's a really kind of novel idea, and I'm kind of surprised more comic books haven't like ripped off that idea, but I'm sure it's probably copywritten. I'm sure DC has like the lockdown on that for sure. But also I find him to be one of the scariest looking, especially in like Batman Begins and stuff. Like the burlap sack is very spooky. So have my base down. There's a lot that I could do with this look, and I'm really trying to think in my brain how I want it to go. But starting off, I'm going to start with this warm brown shadow. This is Sticker Sheet from Hello Kitty. It's just like a very neutral brown. It's very creamy, kind of chocolatey. It even like looks like chocolate in the pan. And I'm going to take this on a pencil brush. We're just going to start mapping out that crease. So you can use your finger to do this, but I find when mapping out my crease, using a pencil brush, even with ColourPop shadows, is the best option because it just keeps everything nice and clean. Now I'm just gonna blend this out with a dome top brush, just making sure everything's really smooth. This is one from Real Techniques. So we're just gonna use this to blend everything out nice and soft like. I guess I'll go into this shimmery red shade from the Tammy X Makeup Revolution palette. This is shade Spiced Rum. We're gonna pack this on the inner eyelid, the flat brush. Just right on that from inner corner to like the first third of your lid. I'm gonna use the brush we used earlier to blend those edges, those harsh lines up into the crease, and also blend where we have the shadow ending. That way it'll have a nice gradient into the next shade we use. I'm gonna use that same brush and go into the matte red shade in this palette, which is Trini, and pack this into the center of the eye. So I'm just tapping this on. This is a really nice red shade. This might honestly be a pigment, so please be careful if you're using pigments because you never want to have a reaction to anything, so just check your ingredients list. And then again, we just blend it. All of our edges. Then I'm gonna go into the orange color in this palette called Spice Island, and we're gonna put this on the outer third of the eye, so just finishing it up. So I'm using a small brush to do this and kind of drawing in my shape and blending as I go. I'm really packing it on the lid so that you can. I'm gonna do my liner. I'm just using my regular black liquid liner for this. So I can't find my mascara right now. Until I can find it, I'm sure it's here somewhere under all these brushes. We're gonna go to our base. So with this one, there's no particular foundation preference that I had. I just grabbed whatever was on top in my drawer. And that just happens to be the Conceal and Define one from not Real Techniques, Makeup Revolution Makeup, whatever they're called now. So I'm just blending this out with a sponge. And concealer, I'm not gonna do anything over the mouth just because we're doing something different with that, as you can tell by the intro. So 3 dots, that, A little bit on the nose. I want my nose to be really skinny for this, so we're gonna contour that up. And then a little bit above the brows. Kind of like this. Do like a square. So I found my lashes and my mascara, so I popped those on. And now this pencil is empty, so I need to throw it away. We are going to put some color on the lower lash line to change my whole idea now. But I'm going into this Tokidoki shadow called Choco, and we're gonna put this on the lower lash line. So I'm just gonna kind of press it underneath and then smudge it, but we want it to be pretty smudgy, so. Have that smudged on. Now we're gonna blend it out a bit more with a fluffy brush like this with no product on it. Blend it out so it's not so harsh on the edge. We're gonna contour. I'm taking my flat contouring brush and I'm going in with the medium color on this little quad here first, just to do my nose, because I don't want that being too dramatic compared to what else we're gonna do. So we're gonna contour this, take it up into the eyebrow, which I still have to do my brows, and just do those, you know, those little 11s on the nose. This probably looks crazy to you guys right now, but trust me, it ends up looking good. So I do that and then blend the sides just a bit. And then I take my sponge and do the very tip of my nose, and then the middle, and down the sides. Just make sure everything's nice and clean. I'm gonna go in with the darkest color now, and we're gonna contour our cheekbones. I want to be very, very like gaunt and spooky looking. So we're gonna contour a lot here on the cheeks. So I'm gonna start blending it with the brush, just pulling it down away from that initial line we made to look muddy. So I'm gonna take the lightest shade in this palette on a contouring brush and blend all those seams. All right, now I'm gonna do my brows. I'm using the caramel shade from Anastasia Beverly Hills because I'm wearing a blonde wig. So I'm gonna mix the two together and fill in my eyebrows. I'm gonna make them pretty arched. Okay, so I put the rest of the costume on, which is just this American Eagle hat that I had because I thought, you know, it kind of looks like the floppy hat he wears. My accessories are my spiderweb earrings, which I don't even know if you'll be able to see, but they're there. So what I'm gonna do to make this more showgirly and not so spooky is I'm gonna take a red lipstick and we're just gonna do our lips like normal, and then we'll make it spooky. So now that we have our normal lips done, I'm gonna take this red eyeliner from ColourPop and we're gonna make like little stitches so that it looks like the stitching that Scarecrow has. So like right here, I just did a little X and do just like a straight mark, we'll do a diagonal, do a little X, and then we'll run a straight line through them all to create the stitch, just like that. And on my lips, we'll do like an X here, and little lines all along the lips. So here it is all finished with the stitched mouth. Obviously it's much more cute, but again, this is like a, you know, glamorous version of all of the villains. So if you guys like this video, let me know down below, and I will see you guys in the next one.